Hey everyone, welcome to the beach with General Sunbeam.
Aloha! Glad you could join us.
Relax, soak up the sun, and enjoy the vibe.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Content reporting. Trying to update my introduction. Oh my goodness. Formal introduction. General Sunbeam. Before the intro, I want to say this. It has been a while, about a year, approximately a year, since I used to work at Amazon and for Amazon. Now I am doing a seasonal part-time pool attendant and doing like DoorDash, lunch drop, all these driving gigs or odd jobs. I'll just throw that. Yes, but my part-time job is a pool attendant, not too far from the community residence. Yes, me and my wife have moved out away from families, settled on our own now. Yes, I quit Amazon for good, but unlikely I may return as a part-timer there as I need the money to sustain the home and bills. I mean, this is the reality as being a responsible adult. You gotta pay bills, you gotta pay house payment, car payment, bills, healthcare, you name it. That's part of being a grown-up adult. I mean, it's common sense, and that is how the real life works. I mean, I don't know what I can say about that, but I really would like to go back to the Stone Age, the Flintstone era, and do the old-fashioned hunter and gather, farming my own food kind of thing. But yes, we gotta survive, and we need the money. So now on to the point for those that cared to get to know me. So again, just for an introduction update. Hello and welcome. My name is General Sunbeam, also known online as Sunbeam 007, Sunbeam 072, Sunbeam Titan, Sunbeam 13, Sunbeam 10, of course, just Sunbeam. Sunbeam. I got the name Sunbeam from the character on season 2 of the classic old anime Zatch Bell. Season 2, where the carpenter Calf Sunbeam later was introduced on season 2 of Zatch Bell with the Momoto partner Ponygon with the orange spell book. So yeah, I got the name from Zatch Bell, and now I'm trying to make it my own standalone original character, General Sunbeam. But yes, I am simply known as Sunbeam 007 or just Sunbeam. I am a creative writer, content creator, anime enthusiast, anime enthusiast, digital storyteller, and aspiring anime producer. My long-term career goal is clear. After 30 years or 3 decades of my life, I know what I want to become, where I see myself, or what career I want to be when I grow up. I want to become an creative writer, producer, and franchise director with the hope of adapting my own original stories from Wattpad into anime style productions to see it on the big screen of televisions, movies, and all these streaming service. I am married. I am married and living with my wife as we continue building our life together. Of course, we personally do have our ups and downs. I mean, it's not perfect, but we do have our ups and down moments, disputes, debates, arguments. I mean, I'm only throwing that out there just to be transparent, but it is not always perfect. I mean, we work together, we have conflicts, but we try to solve things out. After nearly 3 years of marriage and several months living in our own home, I am learning more every day about responsibility, bills, home care, safety, productivity, and long term planning. I am not perfect. I want to be clear. That's a given. That's obviously a given here. Everybody knows that we are not perfect. We are not godlike perfect. But I am trying to grow as a husband, a responsible husband to the best of my abilities. I can only do so much. So I'm trying to grow as a responsible husband, homeowner, creator, content creator, and independent adult. I have been told that I am autistic. It's unconfirmed, but I've been told I am autistic, and I relate strongly to the experience of high functioning autism within the autism spectrum disorder. I can be sensitive to stress, criticism, complicated social expectations, and situations that require firm verbal enforcement. In situations that require firm verbal enforcement, I sometimes struggle with saying no, setting boundaries, or enforcing rules in a direct way. I want to repeat. I sometimes struggle with saying no, setting boundaries, or enforcing rules in a direct way. At the same time, when a situation requires responsibility, safety, or policy compliance, I am learning to speak more clearly and stand firm when necessary. So, yes, I am working on speaking more clearly, putting my foot down, and stand firm when necessary. I will say no. I will call law enforcement and exercise reasonable solutions when it warrants necessary, when it deems necessary. I'm not trying to be too soft, too passive, or over the top. TSA, ICE, police, strict. I'm not all that. I'm trying to be fair and reasonable. You have to give me that. I know I can be stubborn, hard-headed, difficult to understand and difficult to comprehend, and sometimes slow to accept advice unless I am truly open to the idea. I have limited I am very limited to certain advice and suggestions or ideas. I also know that I think differently, process things differently, and prefer solving problems in my own way. I am a creative person. That does not mean I do not care. That does not mean I do not care, believe it or not. It means I am someone who values independence, self-direction, self-education, self-taught, ownership, and personal authority over my own life. That defines autonomous. So I am naturally autonomous. I believe in autonomy. I prefer I prefer work where I can strongly control my own schedule, almost guarantee, manage my own pace, and rely on my own effort. That is why I support flexible 1099 style work such as DoorDash, Uber Eats, Lunch Drop, and other independent contractor roles where the worker has more control over time and availability. I understand that W 2 jobs provide structure and stability, like financial stability for many people, and they have more benefits than an any 1099 independent contractor role. But for my personality and long-term goals, I personally function best when I have independence or autonomy, mobility, and creative control. Creative control. While, of course, following the rules, policy, and the laws, and of course, I disagree with some of them. I am currently looking into creative writing and online writing opportunities through platforms such as Starry Writing, Upwork, 5R, Medium, and similar sites. My goal is to apply widely, negotiate when appropriate, and keep searching until I find the right opportunity. It is very competitive and very stressful and difficult and oversaturated. Even if only a few out of many applications succeed, I am willing to keep trying. I am willing to keep trying. My strongest passion is writing. Writing. My strongest passion is writing, and more writing. But yeah, aside from writing, I mean, I grew up writing stories since fifth grade. I used to write a lot of journals. Now, in 2013, when I created a Wattpad account, I've been writing on there digitally. I love writing, and more writing, but now I prefer animation, producing my own my own anime, producing my own anime. Storytelling is where my imagination feels most alive. I am also, well, I don't think I don't think I'm considered ambidextrous. So anyway, I am also ambidextrous in lifestyle. I eat left-handed whether using chopsticks or a fork, and I grew up naturally knowing how to use chopsticks. At the same time, well, I'm meant to say back to the ambidextrous part. I am not actually ambidextrous. My dominant hand is right-handed. I'm usually right-handed, and certain part I eat with my left hand. Like I'm right-handed when using the mouse. I'm left-handed when eating with fork or spoon. Like in that regard, and both-handed on wheels when driving. Like if I had to choose which is my dominant hand, is my right hand. My right hand. I'm right-handed and or left-handed. I mean, I'm almost. I mean, I feel like I'm semi-dominant in either hand. I write left-handed and I use the mouse right-handed. So in a sense, I'm sort of ambidextrous, but not fluent. Not fluent on mastering with both hands, whether I hold something with it. But at the same time, I use my right hand for a computer mouse, fishing pole, tools, and certain devices. That small detail reflects how I approach life. I may not fit one simple category, but I adapt and find my own way. I used to feel like a lonely outsider. I used to feel lonely, all alone, and I hate that feeling. I hate being an outcast. I used to feel like a lonely outsider during my school years. And over time, I became used to being alone. Well, yeah. I do not always seek crowds, parties, or constant social attention. I ain't those incel and I ain't a clout chaser. I prefer deeper reflection, creative focus, quiet planning, and building towards something meaningful. I rarely drink, though I may occasionally enjoy a vodka martini in moderation, or a Seagram escapes, or beer. I mean, I drink on occasion, but not like an alcoholic. Partly influenced by classic spy film style, with James Bond 007. I also enjoy casinos from time to time, but I understand that gambling and alcohol must be handled responsibly, legally, and with self-control, in moderation. My creative influences are wide-ranging. I have been inspired by anime, action, storytelling, cinematic villains, heroic leaders, military-style discipline, and bold public figures. I once I once strongly admired sword art online and collected merchandise because I was fascinated by its world. Over time, I matured from simply consuming anime into wanting to create anime. I cannot stress that enough. I'll repeat again. I matured from simply consuming anime as a viewer or audience now into wanting to create anime as a producer, director, a creator. I still respect anime as inspiration, but now I want to build my own original world, my own original anime. My major original project is Supremacy. Supremacy Clash Between Heroes and Villains. Published published through Wattpad under Sunbeam 007. This is my long form story, an everlasting story, and one of the clearest expressions of my creative identity. Even without fame, applause, or a large following, I continue to write because the story matters to me personally. I continue to write because the story matters to me. I want to turn Supremacy into an anime style series. Supremacy Clash Between Heroes and Villains into an anime style series. Movie, manga, or a larger franchise one these days, one day. And hopefully my wish would come true. Pray to the Lord. Pray to the Lord to grant me that wish. I want to see it come to life really bad. I hope someone would step forward and come forward and tell me about it and say, I got the money, I got all this, let's make it a reality. That's what I want to hear. At the center of my long-term career motto is this: mission to become an anime producer, creative writer and franchise director. I want to work in fields connected to anime production, creative writing, anime theme retail, anime cafes, convention planning or a coordinator, voice acting, screenwriting, original content development, studio coordination, and storytelling industries. These are the opportunities I am seeking most seriously. And that is the bullseye target, is to produce my own anime and be all that. I am not currently interested in traditional warehouse labor, fast food work, or conventional office jobs that do not connect to my long-term creative identity. So yeah, I don't want to be continuing to work as a pool attendant because it doesn't follow anything, but it pays the bills. So yeah, I made that an exception, but it's not something I would continue pursuing and all that. So me being a pool monitor or a pool attendant is just something to keep paying bills and stay on top of bills, but it doesn't connect to my long-term creative identity. My time, energy, and vision belong in spaces that understand anime or animation, storytelling, autonomy, and creative ambition. My past experiences still matter to me. I carry my time at Main Event Entertainment, pinballs, Amazon, and short-term security work as part of my personal history for my resume. Operating go-karts at pinballs, like go-karts at pinballs, and then at main event doing like laser tag, redemption center, like winner's choice or winner's circle, bowling, turning over bowling and busting tables. Oh my gosh, that's lot of strenuous work. Operating go karts at pinballs remains one of my personally favorite responsibilities for the attractions because it involves procedures, safety awareness, and hands-on operation. My short-term security experience in Honolulu also taught me about discipline, standard operating procedures, SOP, observations, and restraint. Even when a job was not my dream career, I learned something from it and gained knowledge. Knowledge is power. I have also developed a strong interest in cyber safety, online awareness, and digital self-protection. I believe people should say no to scams, con artists, coercion, manipulation, harassment, all kinds of harassment, stalking, peer pressure, and general criminal behavior. I support documentation, screenshots, platform reporting, security cameras, CCTV, clear boundaries, and lawful reporting channels. Lawful reporting channels. If I discuss online misconduct in live streams or commentary, my goal is not harassment or reckless exposure. My goal is public awareness, personal safety, and responsible commentary. Believe it or not. I believe one of the best forms of self defense is awareness. Document what happens, protect your additional space, preserve evidence, and use proper reporting systems when necessary. I do not support threats, doxing, swatting, mob harassment, or reckless accusations. Believe in accountability, and responsible reporting and documenting concrete facts as it happened based on a neutral security camera. Captures everything eye for an eye, no edits, no photoshops. But I also believe in due process, evidence, and responsible speech. I am also a strong supporter of ownership. I prefer buying over renting when possible. I believe in building, owning, protecting, and maintaining what is yours. Yes, what is truly yours. That applies to property, creative work, intellectual property or copyrights, ideas, personal boundaries, and long term goals. I do not like being overly controlled or manipulated by bystanders. That includes families and friends, peers, managers, or people who do not understand my direction. I'm not open to a lot of suggestion, recommendation, or advice in anything other than anime, hoping to work for an anime industry. I want to produce my own anime. That is what I'm open to. Any advice and suggestions in that direction. I function best when I have a clear sense of personal authority and responsibility. Again, I'm an autonomous, independent believer in a serious, independent-minded person. One of my larger dreams is Project Anime Town. Well, that's one of my side dreams is Project Anime Town, a major anime themed business district or storefront concept inspired by the cultural identity of places similar like Chinatown but centered around anime, Japanese pop culture, otaku, storytelling, cafes, retail, entertainment, art, cosplay, gaming, and creative production. I imagine a large plaza, shopping strip, or business space filled with anime themed stores, eateries, beverage shops, entertainment venues, creative studios, and community events. I hope one day I hope one day to find people who share that vision, pool resources, and help bring it closer to reality, as well as people who share the same vision and passion and dedication to bringing my anime pipeline to life. I want to see supremacy clash between heroes and villains come to life among the Project Anime Town thing. Altogether, I wanted to see happen. I want to see a shopping strip dedicated to all things anime, and I want to see my own anime come on TV, be broadcast on TV. My own anime supremacy clash between heroes and villains. I would work hard to contribute my fair share if the right opportunity, fundraising structure, business plan, and legal framework existed. My hope would be to serve in a leadership, planning, coordination, or ownership related role where I can contribute meaningfully and responsibly. I believe artists and creators deserve more than the old idea of the starving artist. I don't like that term starving artist, and it's worse when AI exists as of now. I mean, AI is now out there in 2026, and I can see that it feels worse when the term starving artist still exists, and it makes it worse. But artists and creators deserve more than the old idea of the starving artist. Writers, painters, musicians, animators, digital artists, voice actors, performers, painters. I already said that, and content creators, live streamers, general any modeling careers and storytellers all deserve fair opportunities, sustainable income, and respect for the value they bring to culture. Whether someone is inspired by anime, classical music, literature, digital art, or original storytelling, creative labor should be taken seriously. They should be honored for their effort, for their hard work. I also understand that I am not always easy to work with. I want to be fair. I also understand that I am not always easy to work with. I can be intense, blunt, stressed out, or easily stressed out, irritated, annoyed, aggravated, private, like reserved, defensive, and difficult to read and comprehend. I sometimes exaggerate when I speak passionately, and I am working on communicating more clearly and responsibly to the best of my abilities, but I cannot guarantee that. I am trying and I'm working on being more transparent, but again, I can't guarantee that. I am not claiming to be perfect. Again, I'm not perfect. Saintly, or sane, or always easygoing. I am a real person with strengths, flaws, pressure, ambition, and a strong desire to be understood, to be noticed, like everyone else. Behind that intensity is someone deeply loyal to his dreams. I am thoughtful, imaginative, protective of my creative work, and serious about building a future that fits who I am. I have spent much of my life feeling misunderstood or misconstrued or overlooked, ignored, and pushed to the curb and left in the dark, in the rainy, stormy skies, in the rainy, stormy, and a dead end, something like that. But I am no longer waiting for the world to define me. I am defining myself, defining my identity, and reshaping and refining my identity. Because who I am General Sunbeam. I am GS. I am the sun shaped symbol with the GS in the middle. Bright color orange. I am General Sunbeam. I am a writer. I am a content creator. I am an anime dreamer. And I have a strong and personal ambition to produce my own anime, Supremacy, Clash Between Heroes and Villains on Wattpad. And I still have 10 followers on Wattpad. And you should check it out and give it a read and help me turn it to an anime broadcast on television. I want to see that come to life really bad. And I appreciate those that come forward, step forward, and say, I have the money, I am the investor, I'm going to help you finance it, I'm going to bring it to life, I'm going to communicate and spread your word, repost and share, and help you grow and help you produce that anime you've been wanting to see. I love your ideas. I know it's AI generated, but hey, you're honest. You have a lot of potential. I love your creative ideas. Let's make it a reality. Let's make it an anime. Let's put it out there. Let's get it on Netflix or something. Let's work with Crunchyroll, Sentai Films work, all these anime studios. I want to be there. I want to get there. I want to get my original anime onto the big screen of televisions. So yes, I am an anime dreamer, content creator, live streamer, male model, cosplayer, passion for anime and 2D anime pop culture and otaku, all that. I am a future anime producer in progress. I am building toward Supremacy, Clash Between Heroes and Villains, hoping to make that an anime and get it out there. I am building toward Project Anime Town. Well, I doubt that. I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm still talking about it. Project Anime Town or Anime City, Anime Plaza, or whatever. All things anime. Every storefront anime theme. I am seeking creative writing roles, anime production opportunities, anime themed business space, convention-related roles, and storytelling environments where my imagination can become useful. I have a thought of creativity. Whether the world accepts this path immediately or not, and those that care or not, those that care to know me or not, and know my dream and my passion or not, well, I'm still expressing this out there. This is my direction. This is what I want. This is my in-game career that I hope to retire to. I cannot stress this enough. I am not asking everyone to understand me or to follow me or such. I am asking the right people in hopes to recognize the vision that I'm trying to communicate here, to address here to the general public of the internet and social media. If someone or any of you viewers or audience out there believes in creativity before conformity, talent before convenience, and original ideas before easy dismissal, and if you overlook or look the other way of AI or artificial intelligence out there, and you see the creativity and the ideas I'm trying to pour out here from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of my soul, all that, I'm trying to get it out there, then you know where to find me. Here, YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, Instagram. I mean, I've been there, and you've seen me around since 2012, 2009, middle school. Like, I've been out there for most of my life for 3 decades, more than 10 years. You've seen me around. I used to work at a restaurant. I used to work at a restaurant, Mongolian Grill, Mongol Fire Grill. I used to write stories in fifth grade to middle school. You see me in high school, down the street. You see me in Central Texas, whether that's city here, North City, South City. You see me in a lot of conventions. Like, you see me cosplaying, and you know my favorite anime, all that. Now, you've seen me somewhere. I've mostly been out going in public. I haven't really been communicating or saying hi, or I'm not an extrovert. I'm an introvert person. I don't really talk a lot. I'm not a person that easily can able to start conversation. I'm more of a business kind of person, just doing my job and getting down to the point. All of that. But again, believes in creativity before conformity, talent before convenience, and original ideas before easy dismissal. And if you can look the other way with AI, artificial intelligence, and just see the creativity and all that, what matters is I don't want the money. You can keep the money. You can have the benefits. All I want is the copyright and the intellectual property of my work. Supremacy, clash between heroes and villains. I want to see it come to anime. I want to see all that work combined into anime and put it on television. I want to see it on Crunchyroll or something. Sentai Films work. I want to see it happen. I don't know how all these other creators or producers like Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, Naruto, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all these classic Shonen Jump related anime. I don't know how they all got it on Crunchyroll and how they do it. I don't know how they have the money, the network, the partnership, the crew, the Monkey D. Luffy One Piece crew. I wish I can have that dedicated amount of crew and partnership that will come forward and say, Sunbeam Titan, I say you want to produce anime. I love your characters. I love your 8 main characters. I love your story on Wattpad. I'm going to help you get it out there. Let's just work together and let's make podcasts and let's broadcast it live, and let's share and share and share and get it all out there. We're going to go big. We're going to go viral. I mean, I would love somebody that hears me out and say, I like your idea, and I'm glad you're doing this for free. I mean, I'm not about the money. I want the intellectual property, the copyright, and I'm trying to get it on television for everyone to see as a free entertainment. All I want is to be noticed, attention, and the legitimate way to be a clout chaser and not be like Johnny Somali and all these annoying pranksters that I don't understand how they go viral just harassing people like that. That's ridiculous. But I want to be a successful anime producer like Monty owns Ruby, Rooster Teeth, and be like the same creator as Bleach, Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, JoJo Bizarre Adventure, Sword Art Online, ReZero, Witch Hunter Robin, Overload, like all these anime out there, all these animes out there on Hulu and all these streaming services. I really want to be one of those people, all those people out there. I don't know what they have that I don't have, but I'm trying really hard to get out there and produce my own anime that through the traditional pipeline or through AI assisted tools. And I'm going to be that honest. I'm not doing this for money. Again, I want to own intellectual property copyrights 100% under me, General Sunbeam, GS. And again, this is General Sunbeam. This is my introduction. This is my mission. And that's the memo. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for hearing me out. And thank you for following me. Peace.